Jen and Ben, the hundreds of union members who rallied here and also recently painted this message to the university saying respect New Haven. They're calling for fair contract negotiations. They say that Yale is proposing contract cuts, while at the same time they say the university has received record endowments.
These are the best jobs in the region. We want these jobs to remain the best jobs in the region.
That push led hundreds of Yale University employees to the streets. They closed down Prospect Street for much of the afternoon as Unite Here Local 34 and 35 members called for fair and just contract negotiations.
We are essential workers. We're the workers that make the university function. And they need to respect the workers and respect our wages, respect our contract.
Union members say Yale University is proposing historic cuts to their current contract agreement. They say those cuts target lower labor workers like custodians and dining staff the most. Members say during the height of the pandemic, they put their health and their families' health on the line to ensure the university could safely welcome students back to campus. Representative Rosa DeLauro and Mayor Justin Elliker echoing the calls of a fair agreement.
One that ensures that people have the right to a quality of life and the right to one job.
Yale University says they took extraordinary steps to insulate its staff from the economic impacts of COVID-19, including keeping everyone employed and offering hazard pay to on-campus staff. They added that union staff at Yale receive generous wages and a full benefit package that includes health care for the employee and their dependents, a pension, and a supplement health care plan for retirees. Yale says they remain committed to the hard work of settling fair contracts and fully intends to honor its commitment to New Haven hiring.
We make sure Yale look good. They're a world-renowned institution, and it's because of us.
These contract negotiations have been going on for over a year now, and union representatives tell me that if they do not get a contract agreed on by the end of the year, they're ready to take their rallies to the next level. In New Haven, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.